Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm going to do one more reading, and I want to ask if the cards can give us something positive today. Some of the positivest things are in motion. Okay, this too will pass. This is the tough learnings curve right now that we're going through. Okay, harsh reality, the school of hard knocks, if you will. But there is something positive that's going to come out of all of this in the end. So let's look and see what the cards have to say. The center of it all. Okay. It's about us standing guard, feeling maybe a bit battle weary, but not giving up, continuing forward with the energy. What's crossing it is the judgments being made, okay? So seeing from a different viewpoint, the hangman, sacrifices, sometimes it has to do with sacrifices and coming to a different reality, seeing things differently, things being overturned, things going through massive change underneath of it. When it comes to the losses that people have felt, so crossing a judgment about losses, difficulties, again, feeling a bit battle weary, but continuing the push forward to see things from a different viewpoint. Okay? So let's see what we have above it. We're going to go do that right now. Above it, we have the moon. Now, I think this has to do with the astrology types of things. People are waking up to more in alignment with their psychic skills, feeling things more, etc. Looking at the phases, the astrology, the things that are happening, and the Hierophant here. In this case, we're asking about the positive. So getting more in alignment with your spiritual aspects, okay? Sacrifices being made, more understanding, more wisdom. Okay, it's about controlling your actions, continuing the battle, and the past, okay? Now, when I see that this time, rather than being the Epstein stuff, which is the negative, this is about that sharing and coming to the beneficial things, looking for that of the past, and then children, and again, coming to a higher spiritual knowledge when it comes to all of this. Energy coming into it is feeling out in the cold, the difficulties, being out of alignment with their spiritual aspects. Again, just things are not feeling good for people, and the ends of that coming now. Okay? This end, this transformation, the energy coming into it, there is a transformation happening. Let's see what we have above it. Above it is standing guard. You've been pushed to the edge, but in this case, starting to push back, doing the good fight, and the actions that you have in hand, the actions you have in hand to make this change. The foundation, charging forward. So it's all about taking action. in the things being juggled. Okay? So an endpoint, feeling out in the cold, an endpoint coming, and it's all about the actions now that are being engaged in with what we're juggling. Okay? So energy going forward, it's about the harvest. Seeds we've planted are now coming to the end point and what we're working on. So let's see what we have above it. It's about the family dynamic, okay? And message, informational message about the family dynamics, etc. Foundation is, we felt a tower moment. And so there will be new actions coming out. So the harvest, when it comes to the family dynamic, the tower moments, new information coming out, new actions being put in place. So the reality, I think of all this stuff, what's happening with people, just the economy, all that stuff that's been so negative, so difficult. What's driving it all is the hermit underneath of it all, okay? So the hermit, it's about looking deeper, going within yourself, etc., the judgments about losses that we've had, and again, the fight, the sacrifices having to be made, the losses, feeling out in the cold and wanting this change. We're looking at the harvest, and so now we are working on things to make massive changes, okay? So above it all, continuing that action to fight out the actions that we can do, the moon card, getting more emotionally into touch with the emotions, etc., your spirituality, the family dynamic, and more messages about information with that. The foundation, again, rapidly moving forward with stuff that's been juggled, especially economy, etc., controlling the actions when it comes to the younger generations. The tower moments that we faced are creating new actions. So let's go ahead and we're going to do the last layer of things. So the moon and the Hierophant, the things coming in to temper things. When it comes to the feeling kind of pushed to the edge, pushing back your actions, it has to do with the new cup. So coming in with a better emotionality with things, the love. When it comes to the family dynamics and the new information, it's about compassion, coming in with compassion. Foundation, rapidly moving forward, looking at the takeaway, okay? Mentally, the takeaway that you get from this, the things that have been stolen, they've tried to steal, okay? Looking at the mental realm, the strong ideologies of wanting transformation, and figuring out the next move. So when we look at underneath everything, it's about bringing in some new emotionality, the love aspect, tempering things, having compassion, okay, looking at the things they've tried to get away with it, the mental things that are carried, the things that are left behind. When it comes to this rigid, dogmatic drama, and figuring out the next move going forward. So it's going to take, again, ruling it, looking deeper, a lot of soul searching by people and investigations into things. Again, crossing at judgments about the losses that have been faced with all of the drama that's been going on, and then looking at the actions in hand, taking action to bring more balance into place, getting more in touch with your spirituality, your openness, your awareness, and again, controlling actions when it comes to children, raising them. I think more information with schooling, etc. All of this needs to change because they have rolled it back to make schools ineffective. So all of this needs to change. Again, looking at the tower moments and bringing in new actions, new information when it comes to the family dynamic, the concrete information that's needed about the harvest and changes we need to make. Okay? So there needs to be changes when it comes to finance, higher wages, more affordability, that word that Trump just doesn't understand. The fake affordability thing that we talk about as Democrats. God, what an idiot. Oh, what an idiot. But yeah, no, higher wages, better housing, all of this stuff is in the midst of radical change, okay? So on that note, I'll leave that here, and we'll see you online.